Ew. Hey guys, sorry. Yeah. Anyways, so today I'm going to be talking about season 6 and maybe a bit of season 7. Anyways, I was working on my Huggy Wuggy. Yes, this is Huggy. I'm not done with him. I gotta get the strings, black ribbon. I already have the ribbon on. Ribbon's on right here. I put that. I just need to get some tape, so it looks like he's all ruined. Some duct tape, and yeah. Everything's going to plan. We're gonna order Kissy Missy. We already have a Kissy Missy, but yeah, she ain't here. Anyways, I also have a dog day. So let me tell you who's coming. I'll tell you who's coming in season 6. So, I know I've always been in every single season, but guess what? Road Crab will be back. Road Crab will be our main character. We'll be focusing on him more than me. Yeah. Which I'm sad, but, he was meant to be the main character before I came, and then I became, the main character. Like, Wuggy's the main character, too. And now that, the doc and whatever, Anyways, what I wanted to say, right, I'm not done with the anyways, the doc will be in, Cat Kitty Nap will be, Doe the Doe Man. Yeah, I remember in season 5 I called him Toey. Yeah. Anyways, then after that, after season 6, I think that I'm not done with the characters. I'm just talking about random stuff. Anyways. I don't know. But anyways, of course. Season 6 might not be the last one of Sonic.exe, because I think season 7 will be when we defeat Sonic.exe. Because I have a very good idea in my head. And that would be that first, we defeat the prototype once and for all, because the prototype's not dead, well, is what we thought. But let me tell you guys some stuff. Yeah. Oh, right, yeah, it just came to my head. Anyways, this might be the last time we're in the Playtime Factory. Yes, this might be the last season. Season 6 might be the last season we're in the Playtime Factory. Well, it might be last time we're fighting, but there may be some future seasons where we're talking about it, or we're near it, or we come inside for a sec and then we leave, or whatever. Oh, I want to tell you guys something for a future episode. Well, season, I should say. My bad. Wuggy, known as you know who I'm talking to you. I'm not saying name. I did say it in one season by mistake. Anyways, I'm going to say, you will have your father coming back. Not this season, a future season. So, yes. You guys may think, well, why is he going to start off like that? Hey, no. That's not how it's starting. I'm going to get another Huggy Wuggy, and it'll make sense later in the season. Anyways, back to who's coming. I'm going to bring Yarnaby. I'm also going to bring Shadow, Tails, and Nux. Yeah. The last episode, which was episode 8, Tails' head got decapitated. He got decapitated. Anyways, but this isn't an episode, no. This is just things that I talked about before the season. Yeah. Season 6 isn't made yet, but I'm just letting you guys know. So yeah. I know. But anyways. So some major things about season 6 it will be like on and off. So like, see, episode 1 for starters, it'll start with Bluggy fighting against Yarnaby. Same for Doughy, the dog, Cat, Kitty, Nap. Well, Knuckles ain't coming. Well, he is coming, but he's not. We might have that Knuckles come in like episode 5 or 6, maybe 4. I think it might be 5, but anyways, as I was saying, then after, and then like once Bluggy and Doughy and the others escape Yarnaby, it'll come to me. I wake up from like a floor, but it'll be dark, and so I walk around and I find a flashlight. I pick it up and I search around, and then I go to this room, and then I have to do a puzzle, and then once I unlock the puzzle, then I see Sonic.exe staring at a TV. And then once I say hello, then it cuts back to Bluggy. Then once it goes to Bluggy, Bluggy will be chilling. He'll be walking around. He would be looking for me and the others. And he has Tails with him. And then he calls Rocrab, and he tells him what's going on. So Rocrab comes back. And then after Bluggy's part, then I'll go to Yarnaby, walking into the Playtime Factory with the prototype talking to him. And then, yes, it'll end. Alright guys, now it's to episode 2. Episode 2 will start off with Rocrab and Bluggy and the others talking. And then after they're done talking, then I'll go back to me with Sonic.exe. Then I run away from him. Then he chases me, and then I fight back, and then I go to find a dead end. And so then he teleports me to, of course, the Playtime Factory. And so then I'm stuck there. I'm looking around, and then I find Yarnaby. And then once I find Yarnaby, he starts chasing me, and then I shut a door, and then it goes to Bluggy and the others. And then Bluggy goes into the Playtime Factory. He finds the Playtime Factory, and then he sits there waiting for Rocrab, and then out of nowhere, Rocrab just comes out of nowhere, thin air, and then he just, pow! Yeah. And then they go inside. And then it comes back to me. Of course, me. Yeah, once it cuts back to me, I will be walking around after Yarnaby. I'll be out of breath, and then I walk more deeper, and then I find a blue hand scanner, and then I find the blue hand, and then with also a red hand. But I don't know which one I should use the Grab Pack for. I don't know if I should have the Grab Pack or Bluggy. I think Bluggy should have the Grab Pack. And then I walk all alone, and then I find the blue hand on the floor. I pick it up, and I put on the blue hand scanner. And then once I put it on, then I'll start scanning, and then the door opens. And once the door opens, I find Yarnaby, and then I run away. Then it comes back to Bluggy, of course. Then Bluggy finds none other than Huggy Wuggy. Yes. And then he chases him, and then they all split up, which who will be splitting up would be the Doc with Doughy, and yeah, and then Cat Kitty Nap will be, no, my bad, I messed it up. So it'll be the Doc with Doughy, and who else? Yeah, I think that'll be all who's going in. And then the other group would be not me. What the free? Anyways, then it would be, yeah. And then it would be Bluggy, Rocrab, and Cat Kitty Nap. Yeah. And so then Bluggy and the other two guys find the grab pack, and yeah, and then the other two get lost, and then they find Yarnaby chasing Sonic. So they go after Sonic, and then Sonic shuts the door, and then the other two, right? Yeah, the other 2 or 3, whatever, are trapped with Yarnaby, and then they have to run through, and then they go through a door, and they shut it, and then they follow Yarnaby. I mean, not Yarnaby, what the heck? Sonic. Yeah, and then it cuts back to me, running from Yarnaby. I mean, hiding. And so then I find this room, and then I find the prototype, and then it cuts off to episode 3. Alright guys, it's episode 3. Anyways, for episode 3, it'll be with me starting with the prototype. He smacks me, yeah, like this. Oh, that hurt. Anyways, yeah. And then it goes to Bluggy, and then Bluggy will be chilling. Oh, hey, your arm, your arm. And then, yeah, Bluggy does the red hand with the blue hand, and then opens this door. Huggy Wuggy starts chasing them again. Yes, again. And then Huggy Wuggy takes Cat Kitty Nap, smacks him, and then throws him around the room. The road crab pinches Huggy, and then Huggy drops the Cat Kitty Nap, and then Cat Kitty Nap's like, oh man, oh. And then Road Crab's like, dude, you got it, come on. And then Kitty Nap's like, oh, dude, ow, my back, it hurts. And then Buggy, I don't know what he's gonna say, but, and then I'm just gonna tell him to say, hey, are you okay? No, that sounds stupid. He gets to say whatever he wants to. And then whatever he says, Cat Kitty Nap replies, and if he says what hers, and then maybe Chris, like, keep on jumping. Anyways, then Cat Kitty Nap says, I think I broke my arm, but the doctor ain't there. He's with the others. And so then, yeah, when it goes to Doey and the doc, they both go. Oh right, I forgot about Mickey's with them. Doey, Doc, and Mickey Munch. Anyways, yeah, they start chilling. They find me knocked out on the floor, and then they find Prototype's footprints, and then they wake me up. I'm like, and I'm like, where am I? What happened? And then they're like, dude, you're knocked out on the floor. And he says, and then I say, huh? Wait, does that mean that and then they're like, what are you trying to say? And then I'm like, I don't know what I'm trying to say. I'm saying random Shreky poo. More like shit or joke. Anyways, and so then they say, what are you trying to say? And I say, and they say, and then Mickey says, what happened, pal? And I say, oh, I remember. So I wake up in this place, and then I walk around, I solve these puzzles, and then and then Mickey says, dude, stop stuttering, just tell us. And if you need to think, then tell us. Just think. And then I say, oh, okay. And then I find Sonic Daddy XC, and then he chases me. I run away, and then he smacks my cheeks, and I'm like, oh. Ow, I should have thought of that first. But anyways, and then I, and then they start crashing out, and I'm like, okay, guys. And then I wake up in the Playtime Factory, and then I try to find a way out. And so then Yarnaby and whatever chases me. No, I messed that up. And then the prototype finds me. He takes me somewhere, and then I wake up, and then I walk around, and I see this blue hand scanner. So I picked up a blue hand, and then I scan it, and then Yarnaby starts chasing me like crazy. I run, and then I'm like, blue speed mouse, and then I hit the wall, and whatever, even though I'm making up some stuff, whatever. And there. And then the prototype, and then I open up this door, the prototype is here, and then he slaps me, and I go to sleep, and then I wake up with you guys. And yeah. And so then they'll be like, what? Well, I should have said I discussed what happened. I just wasted a couple of minutes of, you know what, stop, Sonic. Stop, Blue Speed Mouse. Anyways, I know the video is like this. Anyways, yeah, I remember that from episode 8, because Doey was talking to Cat Kitty Nap, but Doey thought I was talking to him, but no, actually, he was talking to Cat Kitty Nap. And so, I'd never wake up in the freaking, safe haven. I was born like Blue Speed Mouse. You know how I'm meant to be. Anyways, and then it goes to Wuggy, and they do whatever. But guys, I don't have any plans for episode 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I don't know how much. But anyways, guys, I'm going to end it here. Be sure to like and subscribe. Yeah, please, I'm begging y'all. We only have 9 subscribers. We need 10 or 11 or 12 or 13 or 14 or whatever. We need a lot. Please, like and subscribe. Anyways, bye.